Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. We've got a news video for you today. It's a bit of a weird one.
Yeah, that's definitely the word to use. Weird. This whole scenario is just it is a very weird one, like you said.
We'll just say it really. I think you know from the title of the video, but Gina Carano has been fired by Disney.
Yeah, and she's been dropped by her casting or talent agency as well. Which is
because of the controversial comments that she's made, and
which, by the way, if you guys want to go and find the last thing that she said, you can go and find it. We're not going to show it in this video because it's kind of, I mean, she said something about Jews and something about basically comparing Jews in Nazi Germany to Republicans, which, I mean, that's just
just basically showing.
Just go and find
views.
It if you want to look at it, but it's a very.
If you want to look at the
one.
actual post, we're not gonna like leave any links to it or put it on the video because we don't really want to share that sort of stuff. But if you do want to find it, I'm sure it'll be on Twitter somewhere or just like on the internet somewhere, so you'll be able to find it quite easily. Because this is quite a big thing. So she's been fired.
Very strange piece of news, which I've kind of got two thoughts on this, which I'll get into in a minute. But I guess the other thing to say also is that this has come out really this is relatively recently now. Apparently there was a Cara Dune spin-off show in development, they were not in development, but it was planned, and they cancelled it after she started tweeting out all the stuff that she was tweeting a few months ago, and they were going to announce it at the Investors Day, but that didn't happen. So I guess that's kind of sad. And I mean, this whole situation's
it's sad because the character was good.
Yeah.
I feel like she bought this on herself. If you're in the spotlight, especially with a company as big as Disney, obviously a very kid-friendly company who don't want to tarnish their reputation, maybe don't share extreme political views.
But
I don't know.
Then again, you could. If someone wanted to make the case, which I'm not advocating for what she said or anything, or not trying to defend her, but you could say that other actors from Disney and all those places have made their political views clear. So
I think she's
they've
showing up in the spotlight a bit too much with these sort of things.
Also, they I don't know how I was going to say it. With my thoughts on this, I'm kind of in two places. Cause part of me is they only did this because the fans asked them to. If people didn't kick up a fuss about this, they wouldn't have done anything. Which is, it kind of just shows that Disney don't really actually care about this, which is not a surprise because they're just a big corporation. But they only really care because money, and there's money to be lost, and they gotta have money. Because they're going to lose people's Disney Plus subscriptions and stuff, but people are cancelling them now in protest of this, which I don't know why they're doing that. That's actually going to do anything.
Disney have fired her, so I don't really see that. It's not Disney's fault at all. I don't think.
Yeah,
I don't blame them.
The other half of me though is she's kind of bought, like you said, she's bought this on herself because she's been very vocal about no anti-masks and pro-Trump and all this other random crap that she's been talking about. But I think it's a weird one. I don't know. But I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was saying, I was telling you earlier as well, that it's it's kind of how people with, for example, Sean Connery, when people say he's misogynistic, does that make him does that make people like him less as James Bond or as Henry Jones or someone, or Henry Jones Sr. in Indiana Jones? No, it doesn't. Same with
Michael
Jackson, with all the things he's been accused of. Does that make Thriller
music bad?
No. Yeah. So that's what my friend was saying. So I think that's
I don't think you should disrespect someone's work if it's genuinely good just because of the acting.
Yeah, because the character is separate. That's one thing. Even Mark Hamill's made that point before. He says that he's not Luke Skywalker. He's the actor who plays Luke Skywalker. So he's happy that Luke Skywalker can. And even Samuel L. Jackson said that. He said that if you're looking up to characters, don't look up to fictional characters like that. Look up to him as an actual person, as a role model, because he's not those characters, and obviously that's where people need to kind of draw a line. I think that they don't understand that actors aren't those characters, and those characters aren't the actors. They're two separate people, I guess, even though obviously one's fictional. But I think people need to kind of draw that line somewhere. And I guess this also ties into Raiders of the New Republic, which was, I thought that would be a big thing for Cara Dune. But if that Cara Dune spin-off shows anything to go by, the one that was cancelled, then I guess that wasn't really anything either, because that wouldn't have had anything to do with Cara Dune, I guess. Because if she was going to get her own show, she wouldn't be the main character of 2 shows. I assume that's probably some other characters. So,
yeah, I think the Rangers of the New Republic show could easily be like, I don't know, like if it was, say if the focus was on Cara Dune, I feel like, because it's in like early stages, I assume it's in early stages anyway, it could be easily like just changed and like maybe to focus on someone else. But the thing is with Cara Dune as a character, in The Mandalorian, obviously season 2, she's been given such a like, she has been given a big role, like joining the New Republic and stuff.
Big enough, yeah, for it to be impactful when she leaves.
Yeah, even in the season finale, she had quite a big role, quite a good few scenes. And I just think that, you know, when like an actor or actress goes into the spotlight that big, especially like I said, especially with a company like Disney, the logical thing would be to control your actions on social media and like outside in front of the press and stuff. Because obviously a lot of celebrities get caught like sort of lacking, and then something happens and it can end their career. And this is the end of her career. Was it really worth it just to share an opinion?
The thing with that one though is you could say that why I guess, because with the thing that she posted like on Instagram, like on her story, that was like really bad. I thought like just stating her political opinion to me isn't that big of a deal because everyone else does it. But if you're saying stuff like that,
no, but that's the political opinion. That's the problem.
But no, she's because there's a difference between saying that, for example, she's a Trump supporter. There's a difference between saying I'm a Trump supporter and then comparing being a Trump supporter to being a Jew in Nazi Germany. Those are two very different things.
I get what you mean. So, I'm just trying to say that this is like a political opinion, but it's like an extreme one. That's what I'm.
Yeah.
Like probably shouldn't be shared.
If you want to think those thoughts in your mind, keep them up in your mind. You don't have to put them on social media, which is what that's kind of like why I don't really enjoy like interacting on social media much, because it's like if you say something that's like even slightly like, I don't know, like if you think or say anything that's even slightly like controversial, then some person's going to blow it up.
It can cause like a lot of trouble.
Some person's going to blow it up into some big. Obviously, like for people like you and me, it's not that big of a deal because we're not like famous or anything.
We're not like big in the spotlight or anything.
For people who are bigger, like actors and celebrities and stuff, it's a big deal. So I guess this is another lesson like that. And I've seen some people say, "Oh, imagine the same thing happens with what happened with James Gunn, where they rehire him." That's not going to happen. I like read the statement that Lucasfilm put out. I'll read that now because I realised we haven't read it. They said Gina Carano is not currently employed by Lucasfilm. There are no plans for her to be in the future. Nevertheless, her social media posts denigrating people based on their cultural and religious identities are abhorrent and unacceptable. So I don't think, based on that, we're not going to get anything like with Cara Dune anytime soon. Maybe they'll just kill her off screen, or they'll just write her out of the show somehow.
I think it's going to be completely. I think like it's just completely justified what they've done about like firing her, because I don't know. It's just.
I'd say it's justified, but not for the reason they've probably done it, which is that people were complaining about it. Like if no one really made a big deal out of this, no one.
I think they should have done it anyway.
Yeah, they should have done, but I don't think they would have. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. I'm not sure, because I think people were like, regardless, when you say like something as big as that, like I said, if you want to go and see it, go and find it. Think
about what happened with James Gunn. James Gunn had those tweets out there for months and years before, and Marvel must have known about them because he didn't put those tweets out much before he was announced to be in Guardians of the Galaxy. But then only because people brought them up did they fire him, and then when people started rallying support behind him, then they brought him back. So. I don't know.
I think that's the same thing with a lot of things. I think a lot of celebrities and like everyone in the spotlight, they've posted old things that maybe they forgot about.
And obviously, they like
people who really hate them go and dig up stuff.
As you grow as a person, you're gonna obviously regret stuff like that. For example, James Gunn, he said that he doesn't like it was like they were just tasteless jokes that he shouldn't have made, and he understands that. So that's. I mean, there's a lot of examples like that we could go through, like a load of celebrities who've had stuff like that done to them, but then that'll just like increase the video, and the whole point of it is just obviously with Gina. And I think the whole, like, my final thing to say on it is that it's sad because the character of Cara Dune was good, and I think we were all genuinely looking forward to maybe seeing how she was like developed more in the future. Mm-hmm.
and obviously that's not going to happen anymore because of like this. So
yeah, so
she has to sit down and think to herself, if she has like finished her career here, like when it was just starting, like she would have got a lot more roles, just like how
being in Star Wars,
Pascal is.
Yeah, that's like.
Was it really worth it oversharing that sort of?
Especially
view?
the thing she said. That was just like a completely like.
It was just really extreme and unnecessary.
Weird. No, like that didn't need to be said. I don't think.
I don't think there was going to be many people that agreed with her. There's a lot of people that do stand with her though. There's a lot of people that do stand with her though. On Twitter this morning, like obviously,
have you seen all the people that were cancelling their Disney Plus subscriptions because of it? There's loads of people just cancelling Disney Plus.
I think that's another reason why Disney was ticked off, because the thing is, at their investors meeting, the first thing they bragged about was their numbers. They had so many subscriptions, and they were bragging about it. And now obviously they're losing quite a bit, because obviously people are going to start doing this, because I think it means a lot to people that like these views like that she's sharing, they're just like really extreme and like, I don't know, I would say stupid views. Personally, that's what I would say.
Yeah,
anyway,
I would as well. Especially that last one, that was ridiculous. Like,
I think it probably did hurt a lot of people, especially a lot of people who were like fans.
I think, that's the annoying thing for me. Like, I mean, obviously, I don't. That's like a ridiculous expectation to have that, and every actor that you like and every character that you like has the same like views as you. But even then, like, I can sort of separate the character from the actress. I think a lot of people don't know how to do that, or don't want to do that. Like, I remember when people were reacting to Mandalorian Season 2, they were like, oh, here comes Cara Dune again, even though it's Cara Dune, it's not Gina Carano. I mean, obviously it's Gina Carano playing her, but it's not like the person Gina Carano. So it's like, you could separate those two. But then I've seen people also saying they want her to be recast. I don't think that's going to happen either. I think they'll kill her off screen.
They're not going to recast her, no. They're not going to recast her.
Star Wars doesn't usually do that. I mean, it does, like, sometimes, but it's like a rare exception.
Yeah, I think that, like, obviously, the people who worked with her as well, I think they're going to be very upset about it as well, I reckon. Because I think deep down, obviously, I don't think she's a bad person. I just think they're very extreme views. And it might be the sort of case where, you know, when she read it, she might have, I don't know, maybe taken it a different way and just sort of posted it like instantly without thinking.
Yeah.
And obviously if you post them on social media, I know obviously you're famous, it's going to get screenshot. The first few people who went on there might have just screenshot and said, oh, what the hell is this? Like, let me just repost this, like complain and stuff.
And then it's just like snowball effect. It's got bigger.
She might regret it, she might not. I bet I don't know if she genuinely will regret it, but she'll come out, I reckon she'll come out with an apology saying she does regret it, whether she does, like,
yeah, she'll have to issue some sort of statement, obviously, because she's been fired now, so she'd have to say something. I'd assume. I don't think she just like ignore it. But
I don't think we know what's going to go on like with her career for a while though, because of her like agency dropping her as well.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see, I suppose. But yeah, I think that's it. Cara Dune, I guess, is gone from Star Wars now, even though she wasn't here for very long. But I like the character, so I hope there's some capacity she could come back. It may be like animation or something if they get someone else to voice her or something like that. I don't know. But
possibly.
Who knows? So yeah, if you guys
bit of sad news today, I guess. Like,
well, sad and happy, depending on your point of view, I guess. I'm more sad because the character's gone. Happy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not really like happy or sad that she's been fired. It's just kind of something that happened, and I'd say it's like mostly justified. So
it's just that it's not a nice bit of news we like to report. I guess I think that's the best way to describe it.
So I guess that's about it. So if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to drop it a like so it can be spread around YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button if you want more videos like this. Check out our Instagram, link in the description. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. See ya.